Good afternoon and welcome to the Sheff United Way Watchalong Borough versus Sheffield United. My name is Noah Snyder, and I am one half of the red half of Sheffield. Good morning from California to all of you. And I am going to bring in my co-host for this watch-along, Robert Kitson.
Howdy.
How you doing, Robert?
Doing well. It's another gorgeous day here on the East Coast where I did not have to get up 3 hours earlier than you. It's 8:30 now, and you're rolling in 5:30 a.m. Ugh,
Yes.
can't be fun.
Yeah, and I had to get up at 4, in order to make this stream and everything, and make sure I was ready. And I have my TV up right here, and currently watching Jack O'Connell and Mark Duffy do the pre-match here. So, yeah, it's another game and an important one. This is what we call the Chris Wilder Derby, and it should be a good one. It should be a really good game. Both teams coming off of losses in the Carabao Cup during the week. Obviously, Borough lost to Barnsley 1-0, and then we lost to West Brom the other night 1-0 as well, in a game where apparently, obviously, we didn't watch it because it wasn't streaming. So,
Yep.
And we can talk about how much of a shambles it is that there's no streaming of the first round of the Carabao Cup games. I just think it's personally ridiculous. It's money in the pocket of the EFL if they were to stream it, but they have that exclusive deal with Sky Sports, and ergo we can't watch it. But team news just dropped about 32 minutes ago now, and I just want to commend Nick of the Sheff United Way for calling it. He got it spot on. So let's talk a little bit about this team. We have obviously League One West, Clean Sheet West in net, Anel Ahmedhodzic, Baldock, Egan, Clark, Norrington Davies, Norwood, Fleck, Berge, and Jaye, and then that boy Billy up top. What are your thoughts on this starting 11, Robert?
So I think it's a very solid starting 11 for us today. It's obviously not that different of the side that started against Millwall and put out a really good performance. So I think just swapping Billy up top adds a little bit more dynamicism of what his game brings to offer. A little bit being able to hold the ball up top. And obviously, Billy Sharp probably wants to get a goal against Chris Wilder. Nothing too personal there, just, your old gaffer. It's the kind of thing you want to do. And so, yeah, I think with the fact that we have 5 subs now, we're going to see a lot of rotation in the striker position specifically this season. And you already look at who we have on our bench. And immediately what jumps out is that there's no Dan Jebison. Right. And instead we have Ollie McBurney. So you're already seeing that rotation up front coming in, even in the substitutes. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good team, a good performance, and honestly, just a really good opportunity for us to kick our away form in gear, because we have been a little poor away from home so far this season, both in the Cup and our first game at Watford. So looking for a good positive performance from the lads today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think putting Billy Sharp in there, as our lone striker, obviously there's the experience there. He scores goals. We love to see it. And hopefully, and I think this is going to be one of the keys to this game today, we need to get that early goal. I think if we can get the first goal, I think we might be able to nick it. If we do concede first, I think we're going to be trying to fight back all game in this one, because we all know Chris Wilder. He's going to try to lock it down. And I think one goal could be enough to nick it if we get the first goal.
Yep. Yep. And it's definitely one of those we don't want to concede first. When we've conceded first so far against Watford and against West Brom in the Cup, both times we were not able to come back into that match. So this needs to be a first goal for us. We got to get on the front foot early. We got to get Billy Sharp and Jai, one of them firing, and then I think that is the key. Um, and a lot of folks are calling out for some of our new young players. So Doyle in for Norwood, putting McAtee out there. I think those are good shouts, but I will say, and Heckenbottom's reiterated this a couple times, we do need them to kind of get a little bit more ingrained into the system. And I think it's not a bad thing to have Norwood Fleck out there with the experience in the formation that we were playing to start off the season, and then work those newer, younger players in, like we saw with Morgan Gibbs White last year, where by the end of the season, he was undroppable. He had to start every single match.
Yeah. I mean, like I think we said this last week on the stream for the Millwall game, Morgan Gibbs White did come right into the team. Let's not forget. But that being said, I think Morgan Gibbs White had a little bit more experience playing the men's game. McAtee, at the midweek game, that was really his first start playing the men's game. I don't, was it ever? Like, was that his first?
Yeah, I do not think he, other than maybe he might have gotten one cup competition appearance for City, but yeah, as far as in the championship at least, he hadn't played, and I don't think he'd played a Premier League match.
Yeah. So we will look to get both McAtee, Doyle, maybe Kadra in at some point. How do you feel about McBurney back on the bench? Obviously, he scored midweek, playing for the under-23s. So, hopefully that builds his confidence up a little bit. What are your thoughts on McBurney on the bench there?
Well, I think it's going to be good. I think he needs to just get minutes at this point. And it's one of those things where he has the skill, he has the ability. We've just not been able to see it because of the injuries and just because of some poor patches of form, we'll say. But I think from everything I've seen and read in interviews, from Billy to the gaffer, it's time for him to get his chance. And as he works out of this injury, I think getting him 10, 15 minutes today will be good. Moving forward, I don't know if he gets a start right away unless he does start putting in some goals off the bench. But at least consistent appearances. And with the 5 subs, like I already pointed out, we have more of an opportunity to do that this year than we've had in the past.
Right. Obviously, that 5 subs rule is huge because we have such a deep bench. And I mean, looking at it on its face, we have probably named one of the strongest benches you will see in the championship. Obviously, the likes of Kadra, McAtee, Doyle, Brewster, and then to a lesser extent, McBurney. I probably a lot of folks in the comments will slag off McBurney, but could we see a redemption arc for Ollie McBurney?
I think so. I think it's in the cards. It's now just up to him, and then the rest of the team getting him the decent service he needs to put those goals in. And I think it's all ripe. It's ready to go for him. So hopefully, I'm cheering for him. Honestly, I don't want to be that much of a pessimist. I'll be a realist when it comes to midway through the season, and McBurney's still got no goals and no assists. But as of now, I'm going to be the optimist. I'm going to cheer for him as loud as I can from here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's wearing a United shirt, I will back him and support him whenever he comes on. Was not too pleased last season when our supporters kind of booed him off the pitch. Look, he's had a rough time of it. And the thing is we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. That injury that he picked up, he could have had that all of last year as just kind of as a nagging thing, and that would have affected performances. So we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. But hopefully he is back and fully fit. And if he gets minutes today, I would love to see him score.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it is also time to look at the Middlesbrough lineup. And we can pull that up here. So I can run through this, or do you want to take
Go
a
ahead.
stab, Noah?
No.
So Middlesbrough, obviously we're American. They have multiple Americans in their side, one of which is Zach Steffen in goal. Back line, you have Fry, Jeek Steele, and McNair. Moving forward, you got Giles and Jones on the wings with McGree, Hosen, and Lenahan. And then up front, Force, and Akpom. And then on their bench is the other American, Matthew Hoppe. And Noah, fun fact, he's from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, he's from Yorba Linda, California, so not 10 miles from where I'm sitting right now. I used to pass through it all the time for work, and yeah, he's basically a local lad, and it's cool to see. There are a lot of Americans now playing both in the EPL and the EFL, so you kind of love to see it, and I think that just kind of speaks to how strong the development of American players has been. I'd love to see Sheffield United sign an American one day. From the life of me, and put this in the comments because I don't know offhand who was the last American to play for Sheffield United.
Yeah, and I can't think of anybody, at least since I've been following the Blades,
Yeah.
any Americans that have come over. So, but yeah, it is definitely exciting. Obviously, with the World Cup coming up this year, every single player from all the countries around the world are trying to get that game time in the first couple months of the season, trying to show their World Cup coaches that they can earn a spot. And Zach Steffen's one of them. And unfortunately for him and the U.S. side, he's actually had a little bit of a rough patch of form. We saw it last year. Man City in their cup game against Liverpool, he had quite a few pretty poor efforts of clearance and some bad save attempts. And even so far this season against QPR, he's already had a slip up. So as much as I hate to say it as an American who wants to support Zach Steffen, the Blades really have a good opportunity here to make him pay and force some errors. And we've seen it so far this season. We've been pressing up top, having kind of Ndiaye and in the Millwall game, Brewster and Berga and kind of everybody pushing up on that back line and forcing the ball back to the keeper. And if we can do that a lot and make Steffen have an error or two, I'll be happy today. I won't be happy necessarily for his prospects in the national team, but today I'd be a happy guy.
Yeah, I'm up for him having an absolute shocker today. He can go and have a good game, the rest of the season, except in the reverse fixture, and that's fine. But look, obviously, Steffen highly rated by City, and City obviously trust Wilder to steer him right. I'm sure they would have seen the success Wilder had with Dean Henderson on loan, and can hope, we'll hope that he'll have sort of the same luck, basically getting Steffen up to form. And I think City probably view him as a goalkeeper of the future, maybe not the goalkeeper of the future, but I could see him in the next couple of years being that second string keeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's definitely been the backup at Manchester City for quite a few years now, and definitely getting him some first team game time is important for his development.
Definitely. I wanted to talk a little bit more generally. Do you feel that this is a strong side that Chrissy Wilder has put out here against us?
It's hard to say. They did have quite a few changes from last season's side, which was pushing for those promotion playoff spots. And I think it's going to be interesting to see when this season gets going, because they do have quite a few big names on the bench. Alex Moat, one of them, who they just picked up from, correct me if I'm wrong, West Brom. Watford. Yeah. So, but he that's a big name right there. Duncan Watmore sitting on the bench as well. He started every game so far for them this year. So maybe just a little bit of a rest early on. But this I don't think is their strongest side. And if they are pushing for promotion playoff and promotion contention by the end of the season, I don't think this is the side that is going to be out there week in and week out.
Yeah, well, notably in his pre-match conference, Wilder is playing mind games. He's saying, "Oh, we're not a Sheffield United. We're not pushing for promotion." But everybody knows it's BS. Everybody knows he's just trying to psych us out. It'll be likely that the players will have watched the old Gaff's press conference there, and the gamesmanship. You really have to admire the gamesmanship from Wilder and going out there and being like, "Oh, we're not a Sheffield United. We're not making that promotion push at this point." But I think Boro is probably 3, maybe 4 signings away from potentially being a contender. And when we did our like preseason, preseason previews, I had Borough, near the top. I think I had Borough making the playoffs. So I don't know where you had them in your prediction table.
I would have. I didn't make one officially, but I probably would have had them in the playoff spots. I didn't necessarily see them kind of staying up there and being able to challenge for the first two slots, but definitely, it's been a little bit of a slow start for them. If we can kind of add on to that today, I'd be happy. But yeah, absolutely. Like John's saying, Wilder mind games. It's what he does. He knows the right times to push the buttons of his own players, to push the buttons of the opposition. Almost knows how to use the media to kind of affect what agenda he needs to push. And it's really impressive to see when you kind of track it for a whole year and season after season, like we did as fans of Sheffield United, to see what he kind of was able to do with the press conferences and everything.
Absolutely. And according to Scott, Borough fans are saying that other than Crooks, this is the strongest team that they can put out. So, they'll have their tails up, and we need to get a good early start to this game, don't we?
Absolutely. And we've said that last year we had the magic of the second half, but I think this season it has to be the magic of the early goals, because we've got such a solid defense that if we can get a few early goals, it's easy to shut up shop and just sit back and defend. The defense is competent enough, and we have enough fresh strikers and attacking players that we can rotate them on and keep the opposition worried. But if we go down, it's hard to see this team coming back in a lot of games, especially as late as we conceded midweek. But I'm not opposed to, let's get a late goal. Let's, win this thing in the 92nd minute, avoid heartbreak, that type of situation.
Whatever it takes, you take them all, whether it's in the 92nd minute or when it's in the first minute, But let's talk a little bit about that back line. Obviously, in the game against Millwall, everyone was playing in their proper position. Clark on the left, Egan center back, and then Ahmed Hodzic out on the right. We've got that same lineup again. I think this is a very good defensive back line. This is probably the back line that we're going to be seeing throughout this season, barring injuries, touch wood. So I think that this could be a side that doesn't concede a goal today, and you really hope that is the case, because like we said earlier, I think one goal could be enough to nick it. I think the first team that scores is going to have a obviously wonderful chance to win this game.
Yeah. And it is certainly a back line that I'm comfortable with. We've seen them now playing against the likes of Millwall last week, and the runs that we saw from not only Ahmed Hodzic but also from Clark on the left side, it is very reminiscent of what Sheffield United was able to do under Chris Wilder when we had promotions, when we had that really, really good Premier League season. So I am actually really excited about this back line. And if this is the back line, like you've said, that we see throughout the season, I think we're in a really, really good position to have another, clean sheet laden season. Clean sheet West, that's the nickname we gave him last season after League One West went away. We had this, amazing championship promotion caliber keeper, and honestly it's just as much down to the back line as it is to him. And with him there between the sticks with these three, I think we have a really, really good shout at pushing for those automatic promotion spots, kind of leading from the back. And at that point, then it's just a matter of getting the attacking front three, as we'll say, firing.
Yeah, and I think this season early points is going to be super important. And as you alluded to a little bit earlier, we can't have a repeat of last. Well, we didn't win in our first 5 games.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
So, I mean, early points so important with as far as keeping up with the pack. There have been a couple of teams that have come out and surprised Sunderland being one of them, obviously recently promoted. And, they've been, I mean, they gave it away yesterday in the last 5 minutes of the game, but they had been rolling all throughout that game. And I think things are going to be a little bit more crowded at the top than maybe we initially would have anticipated. It'll be interesting to see, moving forward, how the table shapes up over the next couple of weeks. But so important to get early points. And I think a lot of Mike here said, looking at our fans are nervous. 1 point is going to be a good outcome today. Do you agree with that? Do you think a point? Do you take a point today?
Honestly, it's a road point. It's early on against another promotion contending side. It's not going to be a bad point if we do get one in the grand scheme of things. It definitely feels like we want to be getting all three today. And I'm actually looking. So it looks like going back, we have Max Lowe in for Kieran Clark. So I think he's actually playing on the wing instead of Kieran Clark. And I think R&D's moved over to the left side.
Interesting.
But either way, that's a decent back line. We saw them against Watford, and other than kind of a little lapse in being able to clear the ball as it rolled through, that was also a very good, solid defensive performance. And with Ahmed Hazic coming into the side, I think we have still a solid back line. So I'm not too worried today from that aspect.
And I think Lowe is going to be playing left wing back, and Norrington Davies will be playing left center back. So yep. I think you had said, yeah. Anyway, so really quickly, we've got about 9 minutes before kickoff. We'll do match score predictions in a couple seconds here. What I want to hear from you, and I can already hear people rolling their eyes and groaning, but what was your favorite moment from the Chris Wilder era?
Ooh, favorite Chris Wilder era moment. Honestly, there were just so many great, brilliant performances when we got into the Premier League. That first season up, it's hard to pick one, but I would probably say, when you see your manager running down the side and just diving headfirst to celebrate with the players at the corner flag, that's hard to beat. That kind of passion, that kind of excitement and celebration from your manager, who usually you get a fist bump, you get a turn around, hug the assistants, and kind of clap your hands, and immediately start shouting instructions for where players have to move to. So to see that from him, you really saw the passion and the love that he had for this team. And so I would probably have to say that was probably one of my favorite moments.
My favorite moment, actually, Smooth George 1 nailed it on. Basham coming in. Such a great moment. Never forget, I was watching that one live, and in a derby, it basically, promotion obviously wasn't secured then, but it was such a huge boost for our promotion hopes. That was a huge 6-point game there, and Basham coming in and scoring that goal, what that meant for the fan base. I mean, it was unbelievable. We can talk about that. We can talk about the Bouncing Day Massacre. Wonderful game that was. I remember that one very, very vividly, as I'm sure all of everyone in the chat and everyone watching this does. But yeah, those were some wonderful memories. You can never take those away. But now he is the other side's gaffer, and obviously we're just wanting to get 3 points. And it's been said, and I think a lot of other Sheffield United pundits have said, I'm not nearly as nervous about this game as maybe I was at home last season. But that being said, Riverside, very, very difficult place for us over the last, 27 years. We haven't won a single game there since 1998. 1998. I'm sure there's some watching right now who weren't even born in 1998. So
I know that's a few years after I was born, but yeah, that's a long time. And this is a game that does not have as much weight to it, as you said and mentioned, that the home side home leg did last year, because that was the first time we played Chris Wilder, his first game back at the Lane. And so obviously we needed to get that one right. We needed to get the win, get the 3 points there. But this one, yes, it's still important. It's still big, but there's a lot less of that external pressure, I think, that the players and the team should be feeling on both sides. I think this one is now just, hey, this is another promotion contention team. We ought to be getting 3 points against them.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Definitely. So 5 minutes to go here before kickoff. Let's get score prediction from you.
Yeah. So I'm thinking a 2-1 Blades win. That seems to be in the cards. We've got Billy Sharp up top, the captain. I think he puts one in. I also think that Sander Berge continues his goal scoring prowess, and he scored last time we played Borough, so why not do it again? And then I can't see Middlesbrough coming out of this game without at least one goal at home. Not sure who to see that one from, but definitely I see them getting one.
I like that. I think it's a pretty good shout. I'm going to be a little bit more pessimistic here. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. And at this point, I'd be pretty happy with that result. I mean, it's a point. It's away from home. And as we've said, we've not won a game at Riverside. And I don't know if we can do that, if we can do it today. But maybe we can. And you'd hope to see it. I think Billy Sharp is going to get his first goal of the season and start it off. If you want to put your score prediction in the chat, we will throw it up. John Fox Richardson says, I think it'll be 2-2. Good shout.
Yep. We also have Sjord B. I probably butchered your name there. But 0-1 late goal from Kadra. That would be good. Getting one of our kind of players off the bench to score. We haven't seen that in a little while this season. Definitely, I think Kadra's got goals in him. McAtee's got goals in him. Tommy Doyle has assists in him. I can see him getting an assist today, coming off the bench as well. Let's see, Mr. Leger, 3-2 Blades. That's a good shout as well. Shorts, 2-0 the Blades. Absolutely good shout as well. And, speaking of 2-0, that was the score from the Millwall game, and that's what I predicted. Didn't get the goal scorers right at all, but got the score at least. And, part of that's down to the, Yorkshire Tea Gold in the mug this morning. So I'm going to repeat that until it stops working,
So we have we have the players coming out now, and we've got that away kit. And I have to say, seeing it on the pitch here, I quite like that away kit. It's very nice.
Yes. It looks sharp. It's the more I see it, the more I'm like kind of growing to like it. And once it was pointed out that it's meant to be an homage to I forget what year it was, but it was back in the 70s. We had
78, I believe.
Yeah, that stripe kind of but down off center a little bit. I don't mind it right down the middle. It does look a little bit. I was saying this to some of the old Fans React folks on Twitter yesterday, but it does look a little bit like a nice sharp like white tuxedo with like a black liner, collar folded out, and then like a red shirt or ascot underneath or something. You really got to look hard and squint to see that, but that was what I saw when I initially opened it up, especially with Bogle doing like a little cross hand look in one of the pictures. But regardless, I think it looks good. Nice to see the white away kit make a return. Last time we saw it, obviously, was that 9th place finish in the Premier League. So maybe some good luck with that one coming our way.
That would be great. What do you think of the collar is a little interesting because it's not like a real collar. It's like kind of like a sort of half collar. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we had the weird collar on the kit. Was it 2 seasons ago? And I wasn't a huge fan of that one. I've got another Adidas kit that had that really high collar, and it's like, it's okay. But this one, I think it looks a little nicer because it's got the same like collar line that you're used to, that same like almost t-shirt looking collar. Visually, it is, you kind of have to get used to it, but I like it. I don't think it's that bad.
Well, we are just about to get started here. If you haven't put your score prediction in the chat, do so now. make sure you smash that like button. It does help. And if you're not subscribed to the Chef United Way, make sure you do so now. And
I'll say Chad with a super ambitious score there.
Well, my podcast partner there said 4-0 on the podcast, so he's even more optimistic now. And I believe Chad will be joining us come halftime. So
Awesome.
He is back in the States now after his trip abroad. If you want to hear about Chad's trip, make sure you listen to the last Red Half of Sheffield podcast. But he had a right time going out with all of the other content creators for Sheffield United. So we are just about to get underway here. Blades are going to be kicking, at least from my perspective, right to left to start this game. And we are just about to get underway. And kickoff. And here we go. So it's immediately put out for a Blades throw in. And like we said, we need to have a good start. Whether we get a goal on the board or not, we need to just have a positive start here. And I think that that's going to be super important for this game. And I mean, we say it every match, don't we there, Robert?
Yep. And, with kind of almost two left backs in Reece Norrington Davis and Max Lowe playing out there to start the match. It'll be interesting to see how that underlap partnership works with the two of them. I'm sure in training, most of the focus is on, the two of them kind of rotating in and out in different shifts. But I think that there could be a decent partnership between them if we can get them working well in this match. And already early pressure on the back line of Middlesbrough, forcing the ball back to Stefan, and already a good cleaning up of the ball by Reece Norrington Davis.
Yeah, Davies on the ball, and it is kicked out for a throw-in to the Blades. So people are asking, how are we watching this game right now? We have SUTV in the States. We're fortunate where, they do the stream for the abroad Blades. And Njaya trying to get on the ball, but it is cleared away, last ditch, and a throw into the Blades in the attacking half. What are you on right now as far as syncing up?
I think I'm like a second behind you. Let's see, 141, okay. 142.
I'm on 148 right now.
All right.
So close enough, right?
Yep, exactly. And honestly, with you doing the play-by-play, if I'm a little behind, that just means you get to jump up first. And then versus last week, I was a little ahead at one point by like 3 seconds, and I couldn't get too excited before you're doing the play-by-play. So
Yep. Max Lowe to take the throw-in the attacking area here. Attacking third. A shot of Chris Wilder. The ball goes into the box. Fleck is on it. Passes back. It goes into Berge. Berge takes a shot, and he scores!
Oh, brilliant.
Sander
Brilliant
Berge. Goal. Early. This is just what we wanted. And let's get that celly up. Oh, my goodness. This is exactly what we wanted.
Wow, the skill here from Berge to take the ball, work his way, find a probably a yard of space, and just cut it right back to the far post. Zach Stefan probably can do a little bit better to get down at that one, just playing the angle wrong. And wow, brilliant goal from Sander. I am so excited for him this season. If we can keep a hold of him, the transfer rumors are coming in wild, but yeah, he is going to run this league ragged. Already a second goal of the season for him.
2 goals in 3 games. Not a bad way to kick off your season for Berge. And this is exactly what we wanted. And it's like our predictions are coming true here. This is like the best possible situation. But Boro are back on the ball. A really good clear out from Ahmed Hadzic. into the midfield, and it's headed out for a Blades throw-in. So immediately on the front foot, tails up. 2 minutes in, amazing from Berge there.
Yep. And some fun comments here. Scott Berga adding zeros to that fee. We were seeing numbers of what, like, 10 million, 15 million, no, 150 million. That's what I want right there. Ethan Berga should never leave. Absolutely. Simon, 2.5 weeks at a minimum. So, with the World Cup, coming, and bringing a round of early games, we might actually get a little bit more out of him than in a regular season.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit worried that, we aren't going to hold on to him. I'm worried that somebody's going to come in, make a cheeky bid for like 30 million quid, and we're going to have to take it, I mean,
right.
That much money. But at the same time, let's just enjoy him while he's here. He's a brilliant player to watch. And I mean, the form that he is on to start this game is unbelievable. And yes, we're watching the linesman right now fix his flag. His flag came apart there. So Boro are on the ball here. Back to Stefan and over to the right-hand side, and a great sliding challenge from Billy Sharp. I mean, you just love to see him get stuck in there. Like,
absolutely. And that's what, I was saying, that we need to put pressure on this back line. Knowing that Stefan's got a mistake or two in him, a Middlesbrough back line that probably has a mistake or two in them as well. This is kind of our opportunity to keep the pressure on, keep on the front foot of this match. We're already 1-0 up. It's only in the 6th minute of the match. This is exactly what we need to see.
100%. Boro now up on the ball, and a good clearance, I believe, from Egan there.
I think that was Reese. Yeah, because Egan was marking the man as the ball came over the top. But yeah, very, very good, solid from Norrington Davies to start. And just good clearances from Fleck, a little back heel, try to get it out to Max Lowe or Norwood. Yeah, even without the lines on the back, it's kind of hard to see those numbers today in the sun.
Yeah, absolutely. And there looked to be a foul shout for foul on Billy Sharp, but the referee has kept his whistle in his hand there. Boro on the ball down the left-hand side there, and a pass back to Stefan. And Njai putting a little bit of pressure on. Stefan clears into the midfield. And the ball is with force right now. And it's up to Akpom now on the left-hand side. A cross comes in, and it is headed out. And is that a goal kick there? I think it's actually a corner.
Yeah, Maxlow did a decent job clearing that at the back post. Went a little bit high over Wes. Couldn't get a finger to it, but Maxlow making sure that none of those back post runs by Middlesbrough were going to be any threat or danger. So good clearance there.
Yeah, the cross came in from Giles, and it was a dangerous cross. So a corner to Boro now. The ball comes in, and a nice punch out from Wes. And it is now with Lenehan, but it is put out, and it's going to be another corner to Boro, this time from the left-hand side from a Boro perspective. Yep.
And I think, quick note, Lenehan last league match had that red card, but we were both talking earlier before the watch along that him serving that suspension in the League Cup must have worked so he could play today.
In comes the corner. It's cleared out by Ollie Norwood into the midfield and out for a Boro throw-in. So doing a good job so far defending these set plays and these corners. So Boro back on the ball here. It's with Fry now over to Jicksteel. And we've taken the ball. Great pass to Njaye, but he could not handle it, unfortunately. Right up through the middle from Lowe. But it was just a little too strong for Njaye to get on. Fleck on the ball now into Njaye. Njaye forward to Berge. Berge on the ball. He passes to Billy Sharp. He tries to cross it, is unable to, and the ball is put out for a throw by Boro. And we have another throw in the attacking area.
Yep, and this is some good movement from us. Off ball, we're getting into open spaces, making the quick pass. Getting the ball forward into the box and some dangerous areas here. I'm liking this attacking movement, kind of a little bit more fluid. Billy Sharp working off the left, and Jai coming deep, pushing forward, pushing high, and Berger obviously holding back a little bit more from those front three and making those side to side runs to get the ball. And we're working this well. And another back to back throws for Max Lowe here.
The ball cleared into the midfield. Ahmed Hodzic, Egan now on the ball, over to Reese Norrington Davies. Norwood pings one down the line. It is a little bit too far for Max Lowe and out for a goal kick, but that's the right idea. I love that. And it's a set play that we've done so many times. We've seen so many times. Norwood will get the ball in the midfield. He'll just kind of dink it over the top, hoping for one of our wingbacks to run onto it. But this time, just a little bit too strong there. And Stefan will take this goal kick now. So interestingly enough, Chad here says no Gagey on commentary. So no more. This week we won't be getting Gage commentary from the Tufty Club on their podcast.
Yep. I don't know. Has Mark Duffy done the live match commentary before? I know he's been on SUTV quite a bit with some of the pregame, postgame stuff, but and actually a little bit of some flaring tempers here.
Yeah, McGree gets the yellow card. We'll see if there's one for a United player here. Doesn't look. I think it might just be McGree going into the book here. But there were some afters after, I wouldn't say a super hard foul, but a decent foul by Njaye.
Yep.
And Baldock also kind of having a little nibble there at McGree. Tempers flaring a little bit. Obviously, this is the Chris Wilder derby, so it wouldn't be a Chris Wilder derby without some extracurricular activities, as they say.
Yep.
The ball absolutely punted downfield. Ooh, Reese Norrington Davies almost with a high boot there. But it is a throw to Sheffield United. Could have been dangerous there as he got the foot up on McNair.
Yep. Yeah, and I will say that last pass back to Stefan before he booted that one long, I thought it was a United player passing over to the Borough defense. I'm like, wait a second, what are we doing there? But I guess his like light gray kit, I'm not really sure the color, but kind of clashes a bit.
Max Lowe's given the ball away down the left-hand side, and he fouls his man, and it is a free kick to Borough there. But we're about 12 minutes or 13 minutes into this one. Obviously, early goal, so important. But what are your other impressions about how we've done thus far?
We've cleared the ball really well. We've kept that pressure kind of all the way through the team. Everybody's stepping up. We're seeing it already right here in Jai pushing up on that back line, working almost like a second striker up there rather than an attacking midfielder. But another foul conceded here on the right-hand side. Baldock not too happy with that one. And looks like Akpom for Middlesbrough rolling around a little bit there, grabbing his neck.
Yeah. It didn't look to be a hard foul. It just looked like he kind of clattered him over there, Baldock and Berge. Foul could have been on either's. There was a boot to the face by Berge afterwards, but that was completely incidental contact.
Yeah.
I couldn't see who it was, but he was just kind of rolling around on the pitch trying to coax a call out of the referee there. Boro on the ball to McNair down the right-hand side. And he's put it over to, a really, really good ball. They're in, and a goal for Boro. Akpom. So that was really poor there. poor defending down the left-hand side from a Sheffield United perspective. Yikes.
Yeah,
Not
and maybe we are seeing a little bit of lack of experience there working together with Max Lowe and Reece Norrington Davis. We'll have to see this replay back, but yeah, just too easy for the players to get through for Middlesbrough. That light ball passed and that overlapping run there crossed in, and nobody there to block that cross.
Yeah. Jick Steele put in the pass there, and I think it was Giles who got on it, and it's just a simple tap in for Akpom. It's really, really too easy. We need to be defending better down that left-hand side. Goal, probably Max Lowe, slightly to blame there, just because he just let his man get away.
Yep.
Norrington Davies also not covering there.
Yeah, it looked like everybody came in and had a man. You had Fleck, Reece, and Max all kind of marking someone, but they've really overloaded that the Middlesbrough attacking right hand side, and yeah, it was a little too easy.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can kind of solidify that a little bit, and yeah, we got to not concede again. Obviously, we had a really good start, and kind of already back to square, back to level, and we got to get another one now.
On level terms, and Egan with the ball, and he tries to pass upfield, but it puts it out of play, looking for Max Lowe down the left-hand side. But just not a great pass from Egan. He tried to go basically 50 yards with it. Not great. Yeah, and I mean, they've done us there, really. I mean, that overload just really has done us. And it was a very well-worked play, kind of a classic sort of Chris Wilder style move there with the overlapping center backs, and a really, really poor clear out from West Fottingham. Akpom almost got on it again.
Yeah, luckily it bounced off the Middlesbrough player enough that Wes was able to go and pick that up himself. But yeah, not nearly enough height and elevation to that initial cleared ball. And yeah, very dangerous already.
Ooh. Almost like a really daft challenge on Max Lowe there, but it's been put out, and United have a throw in around the midfield area, but in our half down the left-hand side. Yeah, and I agree absolutely with this comment, David. Yeah, he fell asleep and really cost us that goal. Personally, I just don't think it's funny because Lowe impressed so much at Forest last season. I'm like, where is that Max Lowe?
Yeah, and
where did he go?
Is it just the players he was with? Is it a mindset thing? Yeah, it's interesting how different the Max Lowe we see playing for us and the Max Lowe we see playing for Nottingham Forest. When we saw Max Lowe in the Premier League, and that's where Forest is now. We saw Max Lowe in the Championship. That's where we are now. We haven't seen the same player that they had last year. And so I'm just some instructions somewhere, something in his head is just not getting through the same way.
Yeah, and Lowe gave the ball away again there. He put in a really poor pass looking for Billy Sharp almost on the edge of the area there, and it's just put out for a throw in. Norrington Davies to take the throw in down the left-hand side from a Sheffield United attacking perspective. Johnny Fleck on the ball now. And almost gave the ball away, did Norwood there, but he's passed it back to Egan over to Norrington Davies. Norrington Davies cross, actually not a terrible cross to the other side for Baldock. Baldock on the ball to Norwood. Ahmed Hodzic now on it. Great move by Ahmed Hodzic to get away from his man. He passes over to Norrington Davies, and we can move forward here, but it's a really bad pass from Norrington Davies. And a really, he just fell asleep there. He fell asleep. And has he earned himself a yellow card for that challenge? Yes, he has. Yeah, a poor challenge there.
And silly, because all it was him. He was looking around trying to see where he could pass it to, and he doesn't even have the ball. And the ball's 10, 15 yards in front of him still, and he's just looking, waiting.
He stopped running.
Yeah. And that forces him to have to foul the Middlesbrough player. it's a, tactical foul. It's going to be a yellow card every day, all day. Just silly. And, when our two options at the left back position right now are Max Lowe and Reese Norrington Davies, and they've both been a little poor today so far. I'm not really certain where we go next.
So there was a free kick there. It was never really had a prayer. It was just basically lobbed into the box, and Wes has claimed it very easily. We are on 20 minutes now almost, and obviously it is 1-1. We are drawn. Goal initially from Bedge, and then Akpom has drawn Drew Boro level about 5 minutes ago. Ball played up to Billy Sharp in a good attacking position. Sharp lays it off for Reese Norrington Davies. Norrington Davies to Fleck. Fleck looking for an entry into the box. Doesn't find it. And Boro do clear. And it looks like a foul has been committed. No. Was that a foul? Nope. Ahmed Hodzic on it now. So we're not getting the audio, so we can't hear when the whistle goes.
Yeah.
It looked like a surefire foul to me on Egan there, but Ahmed Hodzic with a little dink that goes out of play, looking for Baldock down the right-hand side, and it is a Boro throw in.
Yeah. And already we're seeing that, kind of some of the weakness defensively is the left-hand side right now for us. And that seems to be where our attacking play is coming from. We're transitioning play up through the left and not using that right flank. Baldock's been on the ball maybe 2 or 3 times so far this game. And that's something I think we need to see a little bit more of, is using that right-hand side, because that's where Berga is. That's where Njai's been floating around. Billy seems to be kind of on the left pretty heavily, but we can cross the ball in from the right. Billy get on it. I think that's got to be our kind of mindset right now going forward for our next goal, is work the ball up the right, and it seems to be what we're doing right now.
Yep, working the ball up the right. Badgay, a really, really tough foul on Badgay there, but that's what he does. No card given for that hard foul by, it looked like Howson.
Yeah,
their captain put in that foul.
Yep, and they came in right to Berga, gets the ball around him and sticks the knee out, and that's dangerous stuff right there. But ref didn't see enough to give a yellow card. Cross in from Norrington Davies, and again cleared by Burrow.
Yep.
Steve.
Wait, is it mine or Roberts?
Maybe the combination of them both. Berga, Berge, Xander, Sander.
For the last time, he has said Berge multiple times, and that's why I say Berge. But there's a million pronunciations, including Sandy Barge, famously by both the Tufty Club and my co-host Chad Jarvis, who is in the chat here. Yep. He's saying McAtee should come on. I don't think we'll be making a substitution before half. Maybe a shot comes in, and it is just over the bar from Boro there. Akpom again. He's been their most positive player so far in this game. He's looked really good on the ball. And Max Lowe again giving the ball away. Cross comes in. He takes one touch, and it sails over. But
And a lot of good comments from folks. So Kevin, Burrow is just doing this. They're exploiting our left side. Absolutely. Chris, our defense, I don't know if it's the whole defense, but definitely there's been some lackluster performances so far. And as we go into a drinks break, we can kind of read through some of these comments. Chad also calling for Kieran Gordon to go on for 2 players. I think he could do it. I believe in Kai Gordon there. He's a solid young lad. Dan getting rid of Max Lowe. I think he does have something in him, but we've mentioned there's something with the mentality that's just not clicking right now. And we've really, really not seen it from him.
So a lot of people have been asking how are we watching this game. So being in the United States, we're lucky enough to get SUTV, and that's how we've been watching. We pay, what is it, £160 per year?
Yeah, for the
And
full season. Yep.
yeah, but obviously due to certain restrictions in the UK regarding broadcasting of games, this game is unfortunately not being shown anywhere, not on Sky, and nowhere else, unfortunately. If you do want to watch this game, I'm not going to advise you exactly how to do it. I will just say there are several applications out there that you can utilize in order to watch this game. I won't say anything more than that.
And I definitely heard, and not to point fingers or claim the other teams badly run, but the like legal rules, I guess, in the UK is you can broadcast these afternoon Sunday matches, but it's to the determination of the home side. And Middlesbrough chose not to have a broadcast today, and so that's kind of why I think some of the players or some of the fans in the UK aren't seeing it.
There was a decent tackle put in by Max Lowe, but the ball's been given away by Ollie McBurney, and I can't see who it is, but player down the left-hand side for Boro, Anel Ahmedhodzic, puts in a really, really strong, good tackle right on the ball and out for a throw-in for Boro.
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah,
it was
Giles. Yeah.
Yep. Good tackle. I thought he got a lot of the ball there. But yeah, a poor pass from Norwood. He pushed it out to the side, but with not enough on it. And, easy for Giles to step up and collect that one and make the run up the side there.
Billy Sharp on the ball now. Norwood, Berge. Over to Ahmedhodzic now. We haven't seen Ahmedhodzic make those marauding runs forward like he's done a couple of times so far, both in the preseason and in that game last week. You'd hope that he can get a little bit more forward, but he puts in a pass and it is intercepted, and Boro now on the ball. And a really, really good marauding run there from Jicksteel. And he gets it back to Jones. And McNair on it now. Back to McNair here. And they have to go all the way back. Fry on it. It's with Fry. He's trying to scope out a passer.
Some better pressure here from the Blades, really stepping up, trying to win the ball back. And Jai, did a really, really good job to kind of match Jicksteel on his run down the left-hand side, step for step, and make sure that he couldn't find too much open area, and forces Boro to just lump that ball forward and goes out for a Blades goal kick. So relieving a little bit of the pressure right now. Ahmedhodzic, I think, has done a really good job defensively. He's gotten in, made the right tackles on that right-hand side, but like you said, not involved in the play going forward, hasn't been able to overlap. And, maybe that's a tactical decision with the speed and the pace of Boro's front line today, because they're playing a front two. And, maybe we trusted, the Millwall players to run a little slower against us last week, that we had him get a little bit more license to go forward.
Yeah, definitely. Ball is with Boro now. In the midfield, it's passed up to McNair. McNair gets it out on the right-hand side, and it is with Jicksteel. Some good possession here for Boro. Howson on it. He goes all the way back to Fry, back to Howson, over to Fry on the right-hand side, but in Boro's half. And it's now with Jicksteel. And they're just slowly kind of building up here, keeping possession. And after a relatively, I don't want to say wild, but a more of a back and forth here to start the game, things have kind of calmed down a little bit. An errant pass is caught by Wes, and now United are on the ball. And Jaye, great turn. Njaye still with the ball. Njaye in a really good position out on the right to Baldock. And a cross came in, but offsides is called. And I believe it was on Baldock.
Yeah. And Njaye did well. Ref was given advantage there. He was able to stay on his feet and keep running with the ball. But yeah, unfortunately, just not enough at the end there from Baldock on the right-hand side.
Yeah. But that was a more positive move. And Njaye made a really, really good run there. And, he won. It was just played just offside to Baldock. Frustrating. I mean, it wouldn't have come to anything, but Borough now on the ball here is in their attacking half. And it is over to McNair. Jick Steele on it. And they're just exploiting. Oh, great tackle there. Was that Ahmed Hadzic? It was.
Yeah, got the ball. I'm telling you, every tackle has been really good. Even if it looks like it could be a foul, he actually got the ball. And he's just very, very impressive.
Badgay with a good pass across the box there, but doesn't find anybody. And the ball is cleared out and sails out for a United throw-in. But yeah, we're after Borough had the ball for I'd say good 5 minutes there. We're finally back on it, and we've had some good possession here.
Yep.
Norrington Davies to take the throw-in down the left-hand side here from a United perspective. He puts in a long one, and it's cleared out. Back to Norrington Davies. It's to Njaye now. Norwood on it in a little bit of space. He gets it to Badgay. Badgay to Baldock down the right-hand side. Baldock looking to cross it, looks like. Baldock, and he gives the ball away. Giles is on it, and he clears downfield. But Ahmed Hadzic gets on it. And it is cleared back down the pitch. And all the way back to Wes. Wes clears it up. Fleck, really, really good header there to Njaye. A ball dinked over the top for Billy Sharp. And a good move here. Njaye in the middle.
Outside.
And Njaye is brought down in the box, but no, nothing is given there. And the ball goes out for a Borough throw-in. But a good move there. Really, really good move.
And a great sequence. And you saw that, Ahmed Hadzic was getting up when Baldock gave the ball away. He was right there about to receive the pass. And they're showing the replay now of Billy's pass in. And, I mean, it looks like Illiman's pushed and the Borough player doesn't even make an attempt at the ball. Now, yes, it was, a foot or two over both their heads. But still a little silly. And maybe, if Njaye, trying to get the foul called there, who knows, but nothing given, and Borough back with possession out to their left side.
And I think that's where we want to keep them because, again, Ahmed Hadzic, he didn't quite get it there. Ball comes in, really good header there. I think that was from Reese Norrington Davies. Good block from Fleck as another cross was coming in. And they are going to have to go back and kind of restart and refresh here, Borough.
Yep, and we're seeing that this game has definitely lost a lot of the kind of pace of the first 10-15 minutes.
Did you see Baldock just absolutely throw his man down right there?
Yeah, well, and Billy Sharp gets thrown down too, and ref's not calling anything. So two players put on the floor for either team and 0 fouls given. And Borough, good save from West there. The ball came in, it was deflected, and it looked, I couldn't see who it was who got, but a good save. I couldn't see who was that there. That was McGree. Yep. And a good save from Wes. Yeah, he's
But yeah,
been good. That goal that they scored was not his fault. That was, a cross coming in that he couldn't really do anything about. So I've been impressed with him so far today. He's kind of gone out and gotten balls at the edge of the area when he's needed to, um, kind of collected and had some pretty decent outlet passes and finding the right open player and just a little heavy for Max Lowe to get onto down the left hand side and another
yeah,
Burrow throw.
yeah. Yeah, it was a good idea there, trying to play in Max Lowe. Really quick 1-2 right there, but just a little, like you said, a little heavy on the touch there, and it is a Burrow throw in. And another shot here of Chrissy Wilder. I mean, I feel like we're going to see lots of shots of Chris Wilder and Alan Hill all evening from this broadcast here.
Absolutely. And you can tell it's a hot day because Wilder's in the athletic top and shorts
and shorts, yeah,
which you'd never see that. It always looks so weird when he's in that.
Rocking the proper Stuart McCall look there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Norrington Davies with a cross into the box. It is cleared out, and Burrow on a really, really kind of a daft challenge there from John Fleck, but I think the referee has played advantage.
Yep. And yeah, that I could see ref, next stoppage in play pulling out a card for Fleck there because there was a lot of man, not a lot of ball with that tackle.
Ahmed Hodzic safely heads the ball back to West Fotheringham, and the ball is with Reese Norrington Davies. Now he passes to Norwood. Norwood back to Reese Norrington Davies down the left-hand side. And, we've really, really poor pass there from Fleck. He's given the ball away. The ball was with House in there, and now it's over to Jones, but not a great cross into the box. It's cleared out, and it is a throw to Burrow. The ball did go out. Njaya is trying to argue with the referee there, but
yeah, I thought it went off the Burrow player, but maybe Heckenbottom seems to agree. He's yelling at the fourth official too.
Yeah. How do you think this ref has been officiating this game so far?
Not sure, but he's going over to chat with somebody on the sideline here.
Looks like Hecky. Is he going to get a card, Hecky? He was really fired up about something not a moment ago. And yes, Hecky is going to be getting a card for his trouble. But yeah, it was really, I'm not even sure what happened there, but Hecky was really fired up about something.
Yeah.
Oh, he put a finger right in the fourth official's face.
Yep. That'll get you a card. Yeah.
Yep. That's a surefire way to get a card. What is that? Is that 2 red cards and 2 yellow cards in 2 games there for Hecky? Because I think he picked one up. He picked one up at Watford, right?
Yes, I think so. But yeah, it's hey, sometimes as a manager, you see this in baseball a lot too.
Right,
a sport that Hal knows and loves dearly. But managers will get thrown out of the games, ejected, all the time, just to fire up the team and fire up your players. And sometimes you got to do that. And maybe that's what Hecky's doing right now. This game's kind of lulled a bit, and he needs to see a little bit more from his lads. So he's yelling at the fourth official. Hopefully they see that and put in that little bit extra effort.
100%. Apparently, folks are a little bit more ahead, and I don't know. Has another goal been scored here? I don't see it.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'd say a lot of score predictions still coming in, maybe, but
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's game's really slowed down. I don't know if I see another goal before halftime. I think both teams kind of need a bit of a reset here.
Yeah, agreed.
Just getting sloppy from everybody.
And the offside flag is waved, and United will have a free kick in our area. But yeah, we're about at the 39th minute mark here. Overall, I thought we had a much better like first like 10, 15 minutes to this one, but we've been a little bit poor, as it's been said, down that left-hand side. And again, Reese Norrington Davies, he is more of a natural left wing back than he is a left center back. And it's frustrating because, we have to lump Low in there, and Low is not a first team player for me right now.
Yeah. And I think if we have Osborne, who has shown that he can play that position, if he's healthy, maybe he would have gotten the start today. We've also got Gordon, who I want to say he played out on the right in the midweek match. So we do have other options. They're just not great options either. If we needed one more, transfer to come in, that'd be where I would spend my money. I honestly wouldn't spend one on another striker. I would go left wing back for sure.
Okay. I mean, I think that's one of our stronger positions. I personally, I think we've got three options when everyone's healthy: Stevens, Norrington Davies, and Low.
That's fair. I forgot about Stevens, but he's been a little,
he's
under the performance thresholds that we're expecting of him as well.
Yeah. So, question: where's Robbo? Oh, ball comes in, and it is a goal off of a free kick.
What?
Oh no!
They're saying offside.
Flag. Offside flag has been raised. I don't know what this ref is thinking. Oh my gosh! How has he flagged that for offside? How has he flagged that for offside there? I don't understand it. The ball was put on Egan's head, basically. Or I'm sorry, Ahmed Hodzic's head.
But Egan was offside, but not Ahmed Hodzic. The one who played the ball was not offside.
So frustrating. Are we going to rue that opportunity there? Norwood on it. He gets it to Bedgay. Bedgay looking for a pass in the box. Bedgay, he puts it off of the Borough player there and out for a throw in.
Wow, I am shocked, and I'd have to see it back a couple more times. Maybe it is off of Egan's head. From the one angle we have, they're kind of in line with each other, and to see that not called a goal is shocking to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, I was hearing last year that VAR was coming to the championship this season. It has not, and now I think this is 2 of our 3 games where I think VAR could have played a role.
Yep, agreed. And we've given the ball away here down the right-hand side. It was a foul, I think, on John Egan. Very frustrating not to have scored there. I would like to see VAR maybe in the championship. Drop a comment if you think VAR should be applied to the championship.
I'd say, and I'm seeing some comments. I'm doing a quick scroll through Twitter. A lot of shouts that actually came off a Borough player. Neither of our guys.
Oh, really?
At which point it shouldn't be offsides. Unless, like, the ref was saying that whoever is offside on our team interfered with the Borough player. There's definitely a gray area where I think maybe you can make that call, but again, like, it did not look live to the naked eye that was offside by whoever the ball came off of. And yeah, I'm still in shock with that. But hopefully we can, get something out of the last couple minutes of this half. There's been enough stoppages that we should have probably a few minutes of stoppage time here.
Great marauding run from Reese Norrington Davies. He gets the ball to Max Lowe. Max Lowe in a good position to cross. The cross comes in. He was looking for Billy Sharp in the center, but it is cleared out by Borough and out for a United throw in. But much better there. That move from Reese Norrington Davies, that was a right run that he made right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, much better from him, getting around his defender, getting it out to Max Lowe, who was able to find that space and cross it in. Little too low for to beat that first defender, but still much better from the two of them right there.
So here's the concern with applying VAR to, every tier of professional football. It costs a pretty penny to set VAR up. Actually, a lot of people don't know this. And I mean, I think it's been said that was why it was only applied at some stadiums in the FA Cup last season, and then I think the season before as well. So I mean, I don't think the EFL is going to invest into it. I don't know if they're going to say the clubs have to absorb the cost. For the small clubs, that's going to be devastating for them financially.
Yeah, and there's so much up and down between the Championship and League One that if you get it in the Championship one season, then you're at League One. If you paid for it as a club, like, you're not going to want to make that investment if you're expecting to go right back down.
United on the ball in the attacking area. Berge, he plays in Reece Norrington Davies. Davies gets by his man and is bundled over in the box, and it's a goal kick.
They played advantage and couldn't do anything with it there. And this ref is really not given too much. Like, the fouls he is calling, he's technically letting them play on as, an advantage over team.
You think that's a Stonewall pen right there?
I don't think it's Stonewall, but if he gives it, I'd probably say it's a little harsh, just because.
Yeah, probably.
But the Borough player is not making any play on the ball. He's trying to go through Reece Norrington Davies there, but Reece is also kind of boxing it out. It's kind of one of those, like, you're watching the ball roll out on the end line and you push the guy over. It's not really a foul, but it could have been called for sure.
Taking my United glasses off there, I think that's a fair shout. We're into stoppage time now. I'm not sure how much stoppage, but a yellow card caution has been put out for
looked like Dale
Norwood.
Fry.
Oh, for Dale Fry.
Yep, the foul, I think, on Njai there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oof. Kicked him right in the midsection there. Yep. Oh, that's a very harsh challenge right there. But a good free kick opportunity here for United. Norwood and Fleck standing over the ball. And who is it going to be that takes it? We've got quite a few players in the box here. This might be the last action of the first half. Norwood puts it in, and it is. He went for goal. And Stefan just tips it over. Oh my goodness! Wow.
That was close.
Well taken. Very well taken. Stefan off of his line, gets back, just tips it over, and a corner for the Blades. It looks like John Fleck is going to be taking it. I mean, if we could get something here, nick a goal in the last minute of stoppage here before the half, that would be a great way to go into the half.
Yep. And we've got, everybody lined up here, kind of in a row.
Here it comes from Fleck. Egan, head goes up. It's cleared out. Borough now on the ball. And good clear from Ahmed Hadzic. Norrington Davies now on it. And it's play on here. We've had more than 2 minutes of stoppage. You'd have to assume that the ref is going to blow the whistle for halftime, but maybe there were 3 minutes of stoppage.
Yeah, I could see 3 or 4. There was quite a few stoppages in play. You had the water break added in there, 2 goals. So, Borough on the ball right now.
Both Akpom has gone down.
I didn't see a foul on him.
Great hang up, looking for Njai from Norwood, but he just can't get on it, and Stefan has claimed it. And it is half time, I believe. Looks like the players are walking off the pitch, but Jones is for Borough is down right now. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, but I don't know. I expect him to get up pretty quickly. Looks like he might be just trying to milk a call there. What? Did you just see that replay?
They both poor
like poor attempts to coax calls out of the referee. He went down like he was shot. Get up. Yeah. Wow. Wow is all I have to say. I mean, that is like straight from the Italian game right there.
Let's say that to have two of them in a row, where neither of them really looked that serious, we'll say. Yeah, that was kind of silly.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I mean, it's still somehow play on here.
There must have been like
now
3 or 4 minutes because we're we're still rolling.
well into stoppage time here. Bettigay getting a drink on the Gatorade there, taking some instructions from Stuart McCall there. But Akpom has to come off here, and the ball has been dropped for Stefan, so we might just get maybe 1 or 2 more attacks here from either side. But this doesn't look good for Akpom. I mean, I can't tell.
Oh, and that's halftime.
Anyway, halftime. I don't know why he didn't just blow the whistle.
Absolutely.
Earlier. Yep. So it is halftime. And with halftime comes a third person. We are going to bring Chad in here. Hey there, Chad.
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
How you doing?
Oh, not bad. Watching you guys' stream and trying to figure out what's going on in this match. I mean, it's I don't know. Should have had penalty.
You think so?
Yeah, the goal was an own goal that was called an offsides, I believe. I don't know. It's terrible. It was a hard camera angle to see based on where we were, or based on where the SUTV stream was. But yeah, I mean, after Burrow got that equalizing goal, it kind of just turned into we're going to knock out, drag out, slow it down. Because it was almost a walking pace for most of that second half of the first half. I mean, there wasn't really too much that went in. There was a bunch of free kicks, bunch of, Zach Steffen is playing his tail off in goal for Burrow because he made that tipped over the bar save. We've had a bunch of opportunities, but, it's just one of those deals where something's got to fall our way.
Sorry, Chad, not to interrupt you really here. That is a funny comment right there from Simon. too many Americans
on a English championship stream. What? Yep. Who would have ever thought 3 Americans on a stream?
I know.
So, I mean, really quickly, I suppose it's not a bad time to just everybody can give their story of how they started supporting United. I mean, I've told it numerous times, Chad. I'm sure you're sick of it now after having been across the pond and having to explain several times, I'm sure, during your time in Sheffield, how you became a Blades supporter. But for me personally, I was working at a summer camp in the Berkshires in Massachusetts, and my bunkmate, my co-counselor, was a Blades supporter. He pulled up a very rudimentary version of YouTube, and I watched the supporters singing the Greasy Chip Buddy song, and I was immediately hooked. Lad gave me a hat at the end of camp, a Sheffield United hat, or a beanie, as we would call it, or a toque in Canada. And I believe I still have it. It's somewhere. It's probably in a box, but that is how I started supporting United. Robert, why don't you tell your story really fast here?
Yeah, so I've mentioned this before. Big fan of the game Football Manager, and the first time I played FM was back in the essentially the League One promotion season, and I didn't want to be like everybody else and pick a Prem team and try to win the Champions League and all that stuff. So I was like, let me pick a team a couple leagues down. Went with the Blades because they had a cool logo, fun name, and they were pegged to be one of the top teams that year. And so I essentially played Football Manager for the first time with the lads that Chris Wilder brought up to the championship and then continued on to the Premier League. I wasn't nearly as good as Wilder. It took me a couple seasons to get there, more than he did. But and then obviously once Sheffield United got to the Premier League and I started seeing them on TV Saturday mornings, it was very, very easy to follow along and be like, hey, I know these guys, I know this team, and just pick right back up where I started. So, but yeah, been love it, second sight, first sight, whatever you want to call it, ever since.
I did not miss the crap years. I vividly remember the League One years. I remember the Atkins season pretty vividly as well. But I will say that, my support increased, during Chris Wilder's tenure as gaffer. And Chad, you want to tell your story really quick?
Well, I started as a Chelsea supporter, got tired of that and the Americanization and trying to force it down your throat. So then I jumped on the Blades wagon and rode Wilder to glory and have been there ever since. Basically is how I sum it up now, because I just had it was like a 5-minute story, but I got asked by almost every person I ran into that didn't know my story when I was over there. So I just basically shortened it up to about 30 seconds. Yep. Chelsea supporter, didn't like him Americanizing it. So jumped on the Mighty Blades and will be there forever.
For life.
And I got the new kit, went to the club shop, got the new kit.
I was going to comment on that. Kit. That looks sharp.
Yeah,
is that an XL, Chad?
Oh, yeah, this is XL. Are you judging me right now? No.
No.
I do have yours right here as well. So.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Which will be in the mail in the next few days. But, yeah.
I have to Venmo you for that.
Yeah, it fits almost like the Adidas from, years prior. The only thing I will recommend, I didn't notice a change in the shirt per se, but like the fashion stuff, like, the training gear, and they had a bunch of T-shirts in the club shop. If you go probably a size up, it will fit you normal. Because if you buy, like, say you're a large or extra large and you buy that size and just like a normal T-shirt, it'll be a little bit snug. And I think if you wash it and you were to dry it, accidentally dried it on heat, it'd probably shrink it. So you probably only get 1 or 2 uses out of it. So that's what I suggest. But everybody says it's snug. I feel fine in it.
Yeah. That was my worry, because there were it was said by a lot of folks that, they fit even the kits fit a little bit small, but, based on, that glowing review that you just gave, I'm hoping that it'll fit me just nice, but maybe it'll give me a motivation to lose, I don't know, that last 10 pounds that I need to lose, 15 pounds. Maybe.
And I don't know if it's the light setup or whatnot, but my tint of red on my stripes looks different than you guys, yes. Because Robert has the Premier's red on. You have last season kit on right now.
Yes.
Yeah, mine looks like almost like an orangish, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got a fluorescent pop to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I don't think it's bad. I actually quite like this year's kit. I especially like that the stripes continue up the sleeves as well. I feel like we haven't had that for quite a few years. They're showing replays right now of the goal that wasn't and the offsides given, and I just don't see where and how he was offside there. How anyone was offside.
I don't know. I would agree with what Robert said during the stream. Egan was offsides, but he didn't touch the ball. Or whoever was that Egan or was that NL?
I think it was Egan was offside. Yeah. Maybe Billy as well passed him. Billy was nowhere near the play. The only argument I could see why it's not a goal is that Egan's offside and forces the defender to touch it, which is then an own goal. But if he's involved in that play, like that's the only argument. But even then, it's a weak argument. And I think, if we're in the Prem, you get VAR looking at this, 1,000 times. We waste 15 minutes. But I want to say they probably say it's a goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, I'm currently in California. I have been up since actually 4 a.m. this morning, in spite of the fact that, the game started 2 hours after I got up. But, I had to get up, take a shower, and, This hair doesn't do
I was
itself.
about to comment on the hair. I was like, man, the hair is like a good 45 minutes. So, I mean, blow dryer, hair gel, the whole thing, hairspray.
You can't just wake up with this coif. You can't.
No, we can't all be you, Robert.
Oh, geez.
Well, Robert, tell the folks where you're currently broadcasting from, and then Chad, go ahead. I'm gonna duck out for 1 second, just run to the bog really fast, and I will be right back.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm currently in New Jersey, East Coast. So yeah, we had the 9 a.m. kickoff. Chad, I want to say you're just further south down the coast, right?
Yep, I'm just waving to you right now. I'm down here in North Carolina, and I actually did fly over to New Jersey yesterday when we finally got back into the States. But yeah, that's where I've been. So it makes it easier on obviously me and you for a 9 a.m. kick. Obviously, Noah gets the short end of the stick with all of the streams for him. The good majority of them starting at 4 a.m. for him. If we're at like a 7 a.m. kickoff or a 7 a.m. kickoff, if we're at the normal 3 p.m., 10 a.m. slot over here, but slightly easier, but still it's a Sunday. It's too damn early, and they should have picked a better time slot. But of course, because of the the cup fixture midweek, we had to move it. But it'll be nice that we get a little bit of semblance in our life, and we get back to the 3 p.m. kickoffs, I believe next Saturday.
Yeah, and I think we have another midweek match against Sunderland this week, so that'll be a fun one for sure. Yeah, I think our schedule has definitely kind of front loaded us with some exciting fixtures. Definitely gotten us a lot of cool matches early on in August, and hopefully again we can put some good performances together, get a lot of points early. And we were talking about this a little bit pre-match, but Chad, how do you think like our game plan this whole season needs to go for us to achieve promotion or promotion playoffs?
I mean, I think it needs to keep going like it has, because if we go and get get a result and get a draw, say this thing ends 1-1 or 2-2, or if we even sneak a win out of this, I mean, in my humble opinion, we played a Watford side that the next time we play them's probably not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. So all things considered, we lost that 1-0. I mean, I don't think we're in too bad a shape. And if we can keep this momentum rolling, and obviously we're going to, run into a bunch of easier fixtures and have the, be able to add to our tally in against teams that we should beat, so hopefully we can keep this good start going and don't drop any points today. I would like to see us get something from it, but hopefully, because if we win, do we go top, guys?
No. I don't think so. There's a couple teams on 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be right in there. Yeah.
Hull's on 7 points, and I believe Watford as well is on 7 points, undefeated. So, Watford and Hull in particular, surprising early, going undefeated. And I mean, this is what they wanted. They brought in a whole bunch of kind of unknowns from the Turkish league, and they've been impressing so far. We'll see what happens with Hull, but yeah, considering where they were just a couple of short years ago, really impressive Hull City. Yeah. I don't want to give them too much praise, but
you guys are missing that we don't have any Kevin Gage in the booth today. We have Mark Duffy. I put it in the comments. It's so much more refreshing than Kevin Gage's drab, dreary. When we were up like 1-0, he'd be like, "Oh, this game's over. This game's over." Then Burrow pegs us back. "Oh, we're still gonna go and win." I mean, Mark Duffy's just kind of being like honest, opinionated. He's just kind of, going with the flow, and it's kind of a little good. A good change. Hopefully him and Gage can split the commentary duties. It'd be a little bit better.
Apologies to Kevin Gage if he's watching this live stream right now.
Yeah. He's one of the people who's like, what are they talking about?
I'll say Flicks and Tricks was a great call, but you can't make that call every single game.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think he got it from Tufty Club, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
It wouldn't be surprising.
I mean, I don't know. It would probably be a little bit masochistic for him to be listening to the Tufty Club week in, week out, because they slag him off pretty much every single week. But before we get started here in the second half, just want to thank everybody for jumping on and watching this live stream. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like button. Please subscribe to the Sheff United Way for more fantastic content from Hal, Nick, and others who contribute to the channel. We're so fortunate that we get to do this, and just want to shout out both Hal and Nick for allowing us to do this week in and week out. And if you haven't done so, please do like and follow the Red Half of Sheffield podcast. That is the podcast that Chad and I do on a weekly basis. We provide previews and reviews of games from an American perspective. So if you like what you're hearing today, please go ahead and do some more of please go ahead and listen, and you'll hear some more of that.
Well, I am going to hop off here, boys. Have a good second half, and hopefully we can pull this one out. Thanks for letting me join in this morning, and I will be back regularly scheduled program next week with Noah. And good luck, guys. Have fun.
Yeah. Cheers. Up the blades.
Up the blades.
All right. Good stuff. I love chatting with Chad. He brings a lot of fun perspective. And now that he's been at Bramall Lane, which neither of us have been able to go over yet, I think he has a new, unique perspective on Blades football and culture.
We didn't even have time to ask Chad about how Bramall Lane was. I mean, if you do want to listen and hear Chad's perspective, you can listen to the last podcast that we did where we review our win over Millwall last week. But the second half has started, and Rian Brewster has come on and replaced Billy Sharp. So Brewster getting a run out here early. Blades kicking left to right here in the second half. And here we go. The ball is with Wes after it was put out for a goal kick. And if we can start this second half like we started the first half, that'll be pretty darn good right there. Playing out from the back, looks like Egan on it. He puts the ball over the top. He was looking for Njaye, and Berge on it now. Ahmed Hodzic back to Egan. Egan over to Reece Norrington Davies with a little bit of room to run. Over to Njaye, but he is tackled, and back to Norrington Davies, over to Egan. Egan over the top for Brewster. Brewster on it, and he put in a cross across the face of goal, and Stefan got a hand to it, looked like initially, but it is out for a corner.
But really good from Brewster.
Yes,
that was some really, really good play there. The ball gets past Fleck. Rian tries to go around the keeper. Stefan actually does a really good job to get just a fingertip to it and puts Rian off just enough to basically his only option is kind of poke the ball towards goal. No one was there to make a run on it, but at the angle it was going, Burrow had to put that one out.
Corner comes in from Norwood, and it is headed out. And United with the throw now. It's with Norwood. Norwood puts over a pass to Ahmed Hodzic at the center mark there. Ahmed Hodzic under pressure. He's given the ball away. And Burrow with it. And we've dealt with that very nicely. Reece Norrington Davies. That was close. They were, definitely on the break there. That's really, I think, the first thing I've seen Ahmed Hodzic do that was less than stellar in his time with the Blades.
And even then, he gave the ball away, but was able to work it to where he was still in between the player and the goal. It didn't look like he was going to be. It looked like that was going to be, bunch of clear space for the Burrow player, and Els still managed to find a way to get between him and goal, and really allowed everybody to have enough time to get back and force that pass wide from Burrow. So even when he's made a mistake, he's recovered nicely, unlike some other players in this game so far for the Blades.
100%. Degsteel tried to put the ball over the top for force, and it is cleared out, and it will be the ball has stayed in play there. Shot of Heckingbottom and Wilder now. There's too much of this. Show us the action, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and I think Brewster's done a really nice job, coming on for Sharp right at halftime. He made that really good run. And I don't know about you, but I think that the substitution at halftime is kind of a good tactic because you only get 3 opportunities to make substitutions, not including halftime. So if we want to make a full 5 subs and kind of spread that time out, that's a good chance. And surprise, no foul called there on Berga. He slid into real hard.
Ball over the top here for Brewster. Brewster on it in a good area. He passes back to Baldock. Baldock in a good crossing position. And he's given the ball away. But Brewster with a strong challenge in there. But the ball is now with McGree. And the ball has been put out by Bedgay for a throw in to Burra.
Yeah. Again, like the first half, we're starting off strong. We're putting a lot of pressure on the Middlesbrough back line. I'm thinking that might be part of why we subbed off Sharp, is to really push their back line, add that pressure from the get-go, because we definitely let off that kind of front foot, especially after Burrow scored. But even before that, we were letting them get into the game, getting too much possession, and not putting them under enough pressure. And so I think that might be part of the reason why we saw Rien as well come on there.
Yes. Ball over the top now for Njaye. Njaye puts in a cross that goes out of play for a goal kick to Burra. But the ball was won back very nicely by Norwood previously. It's good to see him, kind of being strong on the ball in the midfield there.
Yes. Yeah.
We're letting Burrow kind of walk through the midfield right now, though. They got it down the right-hand side. Good pressure put on, it looked like, from Norrington Davies, I believe that was. But we're not pressuring them right now. And the ball is over with Giles right now, down the left-hand side. It's come back there to... they put Bola in at halftime, so number 27 is Bola.
Yeah, and that makes sense with Fry having a yellow card as a defender. You don't want to risk him not being able to get stuck into a tackle the way he needs to stop a play, and probably better to make that change than be down a man. Worst case scenario.
What do you think about what Scott has said here? Do we move past Sharp as a starter at this point? Give the kids a chance?
Given how every year we seem to write off Billy Sharp at the start of the season, and then he ends up still being the top goal scorer, or top 2, top 3, it's hard to say like, oh yeah, we need to move past Sharp. But it's also only his first start out of the 4 games that we've had, so I see us going at least to the World Cup break again, pending someone going off and scoring a ton of goals. We kind of rotate through our strikers and kind of see what sticks, and then move forward, into the winter months with a more established number 9 up top, front 1, front 2, moving forward. But I don't think it's necessarily time to get rid of Billy Sharp or move on from Billy, but he does still have goals in him. And honestly, if he's on the field when we get a penalty, like if that one had been given to us in the first half, he's on there, he can score that rather than having Norwood or someone else have to step up and take that. So,
yeah. And some folks are saying that they like Sharp better off the bench. I think late in games he can provide something maybe that we don't have, which is that good hold-up play moving forward. But yeah, as far as to start off games, I think I don't know if you're Heckingbottom, maybe you want a little bit more pace to start games, and Njaye up there, and I mean, either a Brewster or, maybe you give Kadra a start at some point.
Yeah.
And apparently Kadra impressed in that game in the cup midweek, but we've restarted here. Okay.
There was a couple where he was, maybe a foot or 2 wide of the net, and some really, really good strikes that just missed. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch back those highlights, I would give it a try. We only had the audio available for that game over here, but it was definitely a worthwhile 2-3 minutes spent.
Blades on the ball here in the attacking area. Anel overlapping. Norwood pinging one in. Njaye could not get a good touch to it. But good attacking play there and a lovely little ball over the top. And he did look to be onside there.
Yeah, him and Brewster making that late run, staying onside as long as possible, and Norwood putting it in the right spot. Just the bounce goes right under Njaye's foot. I think he gets a slight touch to it, but yeah, out for the goal kick.
Bora now kick it upfield and a nice little clearance from Ahmed Hadzic there. Ahmed Hadzic boots it down the field, but only to the boot of, I believe, I can't see who that is. It's with McGree now down the left-hand side. Bola making a marauding run forward, but a really poor cross. Norwood now with it. Njaye with the pass to Brewster. Really good pass to Max Lowe. Here comes Lowe. A shot parried away by Stefan. And then a good, I thought it was a good tackle at first, but Lowe fouled his man, and that'll be a free kick to Bura. Great ball from Brewster. But
first time
Lowe just couldn't run on it. Yeah. Good shot too, I'd say, from Lowe.
Yep.
If Lowe can score, all is forgiven.
Absolutely.
For the one he gave away.
Yep. And yeah, that was really, really, really nice. You saw it went Norwood to Njaye. Njaye found Brewster on the right side, and Brewster, without any hesitation, just first times that all the way out to Max Lowe. And the fact that it gets there with the pace it does, Max Lowe didn't have to wait a step at all. He could just keep his pace going.
Or from Reese Norrington Davies there. The ball crossed in, but nowhere near a Borough player, and out for a goal kick.
Yep. So,
Ron, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. Really appreciate it. Hey, we've got 186 people who are watching, and yet only 15 likes. Can we get to 50 likes before the end of this broadcast? I would love to see it.
Yeah. Let's get more folks liking the video. The more likes we have, the more people will see it, the more people will watch it, the more fun the conversation is. Having participated in these watch-alongs, both on the stream and as a viewer, a listener, it is a lot of fun to kind of get into that conversation with everybody while the game's going on. Great opportunity there, but goes
Ahmed
just through.
Hadzic, great marauding run forward, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. That is really what we wanted to see from Ahmed Hadzic. But the path and the thing was it who had gotten in there? Was it Fleck?
It looked like Fleck coming up the middle, and then you had probably Max Lowe making the run on the far left side. But
yeah, and he just could not find either of them. The ball now with Wes. Wes boots it upfield, trying to find Baldock, but it goes out for a Borough throw-in. Apparently, there are a lot more likes than I initially thought. I can only see 16 on here. Maybe that's just from one streaming channel. Maybe that's Twitch. I don't know. Njaye on the ball.
Got 96 likes on YouTube. And I think the 15 or 16 is from Facebook, but still, that's good, folks. Let's get going more. More likes never hurts.
It is a new experience for me utilizing this service here, so I apologize for the mistake there, and thank you all for liking, and thank you for subscribing. If you have chosen to subscribe today based on this commentary, another thank you. Ahmed Hadzic, a great it looked like a good ball initially, but it's in Stefan's arms, and Bora now to start with it upfield.
Yep. And Shorts, you're right. A lot of good pressure. Again, this is what we were doing to start the first half, and we got a goal right away in the 3rd minute from that. and space is opening up definitely, and we're seeing it here. Already won the ball back. All over the top. Oh.
And just a small tip from Stefan to put it out for a corner. But yeah, we're putting that pressure. Also, Lav, it's Sheff United, mate.
Yes.
Great header from Brewster. How has he not scored there? Good ball over the top. Brilliant header from Brewster.
And he times the run to stay on side and everything. This kid is going to score goals for us this season.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet, but it's going to.
Yep. It is. It's only a matter of time. Unfortunately, we don't have. Okay, here comes the Stefan with his arm around. I think is that Bola.
Yeah, Bola. No, yeah. I mean, he's only been in the game for 12, 13 minutes, and he is right into Reese Norrington Davies' chest, pushing him around. And you saw this in the first half. A couple of the corners, R&D getting kind of tried to be bullied by some of these Middlesbrough defenders. I'm not really sure what that's about. Seems like nice
the foul's coming. Corner comes in, looking for Brewster at the far post, and it's over his head and out for a goal kick.
Yep. So, and maybe
the positives.
Maybe this is what R&D does. We heard it that he was really against Nottingham Forest in the second leg of the semifinal. How he was really like the shutdown on that side of. I'm blanking on who it was for Forest, but they were saying like R&D's like the best defender he had to play against all season. Maybe it's just that he's getting in their heads, and Bola just not wanting to take any of that today.
Ball given away by Bola. And Jaya tried to get on it, but it is with Stefan now. And Stefan looking for an outlet here, and Burrows start again. But yeah, kind of a good nick on the ball there from Njaye, and Brewster trying to get around Bola there. But Bola was like complaining, I think, that he was fouled. And another foul here. This time, I believe it was on Ollie Norwood. And Burrow will have a free kick in the midfield.
Yep, and it looks like they're readying a substitution. So it'd be their second substitution here.
It looks like Force is coming off for Moat. So Alex Moat? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is his first start for Borough. Recently signed on loan from Watford. And he's quite a player. I watched him a couple of times. And he's very dangerous, so got to look out for him. And the ball with Borough right now. They're just trying to look for a way through. Pass goes in, but Baldock gets on it. And it's with Ahmed Hadzic now with Egan in our half. Over to Norrington Davies down the left-hand side from a Sheffield United perspective. Norrington Davies over the top. He was looking for either the run of Brewster or Njaye, but could not find either of them. The ball is with Stefan now. And Boros cycle it again. Ball now with Lenehan. I don't know why we're not putting pressure. I think we should put a little bit more pressure on them. That it kind of worked,
Yeah. It's definitely kind of slowed down a bit, and maybe this is one of those we only have 15 minutes or so in the legs of actually having good pressure. But
thank you for that correction there. I couldn't remember offhand if it was West Brom or Watford. I knew it was a team that started with W. So
when I said West Brom earlier, right?
You were right.
Okay.
You were right.
I thought I recognized the name from the West. I'm like, maybe. Okay.
Man, I tried to gaslight you right there, man.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
We're all here for a good time. Doesn't matter who the other team is. They're not doing stuff against us, right? Isn't that the idea? We don't need to know their players' names.
Yeah. Yep. Ball now with Moat. Cross comes in. It's a dangerous one. And it is with West now. Good catch from him. Ball is absolutely booted downfield. And Brewster, he just couldn't run onto it. And Stefan was way off of his line and in a good position to intercept there.
Yep.
Borough with the throw in now. They throw it all the way back to keeper Stefan. It's now with Lennon. Over on this side here to Bola. Back to Lennon. And they're just trying to very patient build up. That's, that kind of slow, plodding build up right now. Giles with it. Giles at the edge of the box. And it was intercepted by Reese Norrington Davies, but it's been cycled back to Borough now. Moet over on the side to McNair. Back to Moet. In from McGee. And Fleck clears.
Yep. And Borough, like you said, they're working the ball up slowly, trying to make the smart pass, and they're not really getting caught out right now. We've started the half on the front foot, really putting the pressure on them, and it seems like we've kind of let off and given them that extra space that they need to make these short, simple passes. And when they do kind of make a pass, try to bring it into the middle, that's kind of where we're catching them, and then trying to hit them on the counter. But so far unsuccessful, although not to any fault of Rian Brewster. He's done amazing so far since he's come on.
Ball cut back and put over the bar there by McGree. But they're threatening. They're asking the questions of our defense here. So we have to be smart in defense. And they're, once again, going down that left-hand side where we're at our weakest. And not terribly far away there. So like I said, sort of asking the questions now, Borough, aren't they?
Yeah, it's getting close to dangerous, we'll say. Still not like worried, but the more the ball is in our half of the field, the more opportunities Middlesbrough will have, and they as we saw, they can score them, they can convert their chances. So we just need to now limit the number of chances they have from here to the end of the match. And try to give ourselves more chances here. These long balls are working pretty well. Baldock here working his way down. Definitely a foul.
Definitely
being held there.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
On the ground.
Yeah. Even if the foul's not called when he's getting tackled initially, got a little bear hug.
Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't a foul. He was completely shoved to ground, then properly kneed in the back, and then held.
Yep, and that's finally when the ref on the side says, "Nope, had enough.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
waive
a foul.
that one."
Yeah. So a good free kick from almost the corner flag here down the right-hand side. Norwood to take. And hopefully he can put the ball in here. I mean, we've played a lot of short corners so far this year, but hopefully he can lump it into the box and maybe we can get Ahmed Hadzic's head to it. Norwood, it goes in. Oh, and he was trying to find Egan there, but a punch out from Stefan. And the ball thrown into Sander Bedgay. And it's another throw in.
Yep, off Middlesbrough there.
Bedgay takes quickly. Ball comes in again to nobody in particular. And Jai trying to get on it. And Borough are able to clear, but only as far as the sideline. Another throw in another dangerous area for Sheffield United. And Max Lowe to take.
Starting to get some shouts for Doyle coming on for Fleck. I think that's good. At some point, I think that would be a decent substitution for us. We'll see, at what point that happens, but that seems like
Njaye, and it's an own goal from Borough.
Oh,
but
wow.
We'll take that. We will take that to the bank. Own goal, but still a goal nonetheless.
How does that? There was zero Blades
pressure
players by him. no need to kick that ball, and yet he decides that he has to clear it back the way it came and hits it right into
Properly
goal.
boots it right into his own net. That might be one of the worst own goals I think I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
And absolute shocker there for Giles. And Njai just puts it across net and just booted into his own net. So
yeah,
you take that.
It looked like Brewster was going to make a run, but he was running towards Njai instead of towards the goal. And Giles must have known Brewster was behind him and just assumed he was running with him towards the goal instead. But wow, definitely lucky there for the Blades. Back up 2-1. Middlesbrough gifting us with the bow and everything. Yeah, wow, exciting.
And Chad says Njai did that on purpose.
I'd say he hasn't had assist yet this year, so might as well start now. Though he won't get the credit for it. That was definitely Illiman and Njai assist.
Yep, definitely.
In our hearts.
I agree with this. We can't play defensive now. We cannot turtle at this point. We have to continue to push forward. Is this the opportunity, you think, to bring on a Tommy Doyle, to bring on a James McAtee?
Yeah, I absolutely. I think that Doyle for Fleck is a smart move because Doyle still, can have that more defensive side of his game. McAtee, if he comes on, I'm not sure who he replaces without getting overly aggressive in attacking play. Because at this point, you don't take Brewster off. He just came on. Njai created that goal, so it's silly to take him off. Berga has the height and the size that I want for defending set pieces and whatnot. And he's shown so far this season that he's going to be a little bit more involved in those. So I don't know who we'd take off for someone like McAtee or Kadra at this point, at least. Maybe in another 10 minutes or so, then you take Njai off. He'll cramp up at some point in the next 5 minutes. So if we're not too concerned.
No, you're right. He probably will. Borough have won a free kick in a relatively dangerous area, probably about 35 yards out here, maybe 30 yards out. And they are going to be able to put in a cross here. And hopefully our big lads will be able to defend this well enough. But who is that standing over it there? I can't tell.
I can't tell, but the ref was looking past all the players into the corner, so something must have got on the field, a loose ball or something.
Yep. I believe it is McGree. I can't tell. But the free kick is about to come in. Ball dinked over the top. And oh my goodness. Very lucky to get out of trouble right there. We're United. And a player has gone down in the box. I can't see who that is. Is it Ahmed Hadzic? No, Reece Norrington Davies.
Yeah.
Grabbing his head. Not sure if he was bungled into. But quickly the medical team is rushed out, and this is not good. He is moving a little bit, but looked to be a head injury. Immediately the referee blew it down, and now the medical staff are applying care to Reece Norrington Davies. But yikes. With all of the injuries that we've had, we cannot have another injury. I don't know. Sander Bedge and Ahmed Hadzic seem to be in good spirits, so I guess he might be okay.
Yeah,
but
I think they might be asking the ref, like, hey, at what point are you going to call a foul for them hugging me and holding me there? Because, they seem to be demonstrating something to the referee, but everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
So definitely no ill spirits right there. Obviously, you have the lead right now, and they're showing the Blades fans cheering something at the Borough fans. Everybody gesturing over to the sideline. But yeah, hopefully R&D can stay in this match and isn't too injured here. But head injuries are serious. They can be something that you do not want to take lightly.
Yeah. And I agree with Dave's Blade here. Like, absolutely. I think maybe get McAtee on and attack.
All right.
Maybe the game calls for Ollie McBurney.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. This is a throwback, right? Ollie McChicken on the attack. Right?
Love it. Love it.
Everybody who watched the watch-alongs last year can remember those great times, Hal and Nick coming up with all the egg puns for all the players. But yeah, that definitely I think is a good shout for this game.
Yeah,
And
Reese Norrington Davies was the one who made that clearance after that free kick, and yeah, he just got clattered into, and
yeah,
yikes. Looks like he's going to be okay though, but suffice to say, we will get a fair amount of stoppage. Come stoppage time.
Yep. Yeah, he did a really good job there clearing that, and then Egan with a secondary clearance to get the ball out, and yeah, keeping us in this game.
Not just keeping us in the game, keeping our lead secured.
Yep, Hal wants it.
Screams for a McChicken. Ball booted upfield, looking for Brewster, but Bola is on it now. Back to Stefan. Sander Berge putting some good pressure on Stefan, and the ball is booted upfield from a Bora perspective. Ball out now off a United player and for a Bora throw-in.
Hal, are we really going to take off Rian Rooster right away after he's only played like 20 minutes? Really, Hal? It's good stuff.
Drop your favorite fast food chicken sandwich in the comment box. McChicken is overrated, straight up.
Not the other variety necessarily, but the actual McChicken.
The actual McChicken.
Okay.
I mean, well. Really good ball played over by Bora into the box. Norwood on it, and a good clearance. Very safety first from Ollie Norwood. It goes out for a Bora throw-in. They had some good attacking play moving forward there, and dealt with very nicely by Ollie McBurney. And looks like Bora are about to make a substitution here. It is Dykesteel coming out for Duncan Watmore. So another attacking player here, as Wilder tries to, draw this game level. And Duncan Watmore is quite a player. He, always has a goal in him.
Mm-hmm.
We will see what he is able to do, but hopefully we can play him well and not allow him too much time on the ball.
Yeah, and I think these attacking changes from Middlesbrough will probably afford us a few more opportunities going forward, and we need to definitely take advantage of these and not just sit back and defend. We were saying that already in this match, that kind of has to be where our mindset is, and with Middlesbrough making these changes, I like that McAtee getting involved there, holding the ball behind his back a bit, little cheeky smile on his face. Good to see he's having a good time warming up there.
A little bit of I don't think I can say the word on this channel, but blank housing there.
Yeah, absolutely. Gamesmanship. That's the appropriate
gamesmanship. That is a lovely PC word there. Bora on the front foot now. It is out for a throw-in. Akpom won that throw, and Max Lowe put it out. Duncan Watmore. How brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Isn't there a football match on you should be watching, Hal?
Well, we haven't offered a lot going forward, so that allows him to come up with pun names.
There you go.
Bola on it now. He puts in a pretty good cross. West comes out, makes a good catch on that cross. I like that goalkeeper kit a lot.
Yeah, it's very good. And again, it pops the way that Zach Steffen and Middlesbrough's keeper kit does not pop.
Yeah.
Especially in the shadows today. It's been hard to tell the difference between them and a Blades attacking player. But Wes is doing a really, really good job today, too. Not just in the kit, but...
Yeah, 100%. That goal, he cannot be faulted for that first goal. And, I mean, unfortunately, the blame does lie with Max Lowe for that first goal, or for that goal that Borough scored.
Mm-hmm.
Ball is with Borough now, and Moat goes back to Lenihan, back to Stefan. Stefan over to the right-hand side with McNair. Back to McNair. McNair making a good run, but he is fouled. Actually, it's play on. Badgay now on the ball. Badgay with it, holds the ball up, gets it to Norwood.
He just does a great job. Every time he gets the ball, he's got the threat of, I can turn you and you can't do anything about it. And we saw it on display there again from Berga. Just what he wants to do, he will do.
Anel on the overlap now. Anel down the right-hand side. Tries to play it for Baldock, but it is kicked off of Baldock by Bola, and Borough have the throw in here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Bola on it now for Borough.
Call Hal for a foul pun there.
Oh goodness. We're having too much fun here with these puns. Great tackle. I think that was that by Brewster? No, it was by Max Lowe, but we've given away a free kick and they've taken it quickly, but Max Lowe is now down.
Yeah, definitely looked like Lowe got fouled after the initial challenge, but nothing called there.
Yeah.
And he's staying down, getting the medical staff on as well.
Yeah, Norrington Davies has come back on, correct?
Yeah, he's been staying on so far.
Oh my God, what have we started here? Henda Stevens.
Now that's an old one. That's an old one, Hal. You've used that one before.
Eggman Hendaye.
I like that one.
So we've got just about 10 minutes left of regular time here. Looks like Ollie Mack coming on. So, hey, McChicken is on for Iliman Njaye, who is coming off. And he'll get a run out here. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this substitution. I mean, I haven't seen Iliman Njaye cramp up, but I probably, if we were going to take Iliman Njaye off, I probably would have put James McAtee on. But yeah. I just don't know how advisable it is. It's not like for like. It's a second striker.
Yeah, but I think that McBurney does afford us a little bit more in set piece defense, because he does a good job with his head getting in the air, getting some clearances. That's something that he did all of last season as well. The limited game time he did have, he was very vital in seeing games out. And, he holds the ball up pretty nicely. McAtee, I think, can offer those things just without the extra set piece defense aspect. And so I do like McBurney right now. If we want to get him some game time, this is the spot to do it.
Bora put in a cross into the box. Oh, wow. Bora have scored. It was Akpom again. It was a double header. And a late goal for Bora here has drawn it level.
Well, I say that, and it looked like McBurney was pretty close to that initial header. I don't think it was his man necessarily that got to the first ball, but
more defending from United at the end of the day. And how does that change your strategy moving forward here, Robert?
Well, we already just added a second striker on, so
but you changed the midfield now.
Yeah, at this point now I could see, Fleck coming off, and we bring McAtee on, we bring Doyle on, someone like that.
Did he look offside to you there? I couldn't see.
There's
a good shout for an offside there.
Yeah, I don't know near side. They're not really in the frame to see if R&D's holding him on. that might be what's happening. But definitely on the far side, he looked like marginally offside. But yeah, no flag raised, and yeah.
Ball played up for McBurney now. Fleck looked like Fleck booted it off of a Borough player, but it is a throw in to Borough. And well, that has kind of dampened the mood there a little bit.
Absolutely.
Not being able to hold on to a lead today really has been frustrating. Borough now with their tails up, back on the ball. Bola now driving forward, puts the ball over on the left-hand side. A cross comes in, easily dealt with by Egan. And a foul is given after Brewster went in for the ball and was promptly fouled. But yeah, very frustrating to concede that goal,
Yeah, we definitely had a lot of the momentum. It was an own goal that for our second goal, but we definitely were on the front foot there, and it kind of out of nowhere, as I'm praising the change for set piece defense, we then concede from a set piece.
Ball over the top for McBurney in the box.
That's saying Brewster's down.
Oh. Ball cleared out only as far as Ahmed Hadzic. Brewster looks like he might have picked up just a little injury there. I think he's probably going to be okay. Ball over on the right-hand side to Baldock. He puts the ball in, and Stefan gets a hand to it, but Lowe got on it. He tried to pass for McBurney, who couldn't get on it. Fleck now plays it back. And if we're not careful, we're going to get countered here. But good from Norwood there. Yep. Ball played to absolutely no one. Looking, I guess, for Baldock, but just couldn't find anyone. Wes is going to deal with this. Yeah, it's. I would say Bora looked the more likely to score here coming into the final 5 minutes of regular time. It was a good ball from Bola there, and he was fouled, I believe, by Baldock. The ball was put out anyway, so.
Yeah. Wasn't much of a foul, but Bola definitely rolled around.
Yeah, well, they've proven time and time again tonight that they like the theatrics a little bit. Dealt with comfortably there by Ahmed Hadzic, but it is a throw-in for Bura down the left-hand side, and Bola's going to take this throw-in. Ball with Bola now. It's over to Alex Moat. And a cross comes in, a dangerous-looking one off the post. Oh, wow. Very, very lucky not to concede there. Very, very lucky not to concede.
Oof. I mean, then that was slow build-up play from a throw-in. Hard to call it a set piece, but, kind of had that same feel where ball's going in. And now this is us down the left side with Max Lowe.
Yeah, and the ball's been put out by Duncan Watmore for a throw-in. And who took that shot? Yeah, it was Watmore. Wow. Should have scored. Should have been 3-2 there to Bora. Yeah. But now Sheffield United have it down the right-hand side. It's put in for McBurney. McBurney on the turn, and he puts it out against off the defender there. And
corner, though.
we have a corner. Put it off McNair.
Still some good puns coming through. Max Crow, Hecky, and McCaw. I still like the spirits, folks. You got to keep it up.
The corner comes in, taken by Norwood Egan, and it's cleared out, dealt with relatively comfortably by Bora there. And I think Egan has committed a foul, hands on shoulders there. So just a little under or a little over 2 minutes of regular time left. We're now getting into the 82nd minute, and Rita Kadra looks to be coming on here for Sheffield United.
Yeah, my guess would be this is for Brewster if that injury's still kind of hampering him a little bit.
Is there another goal, a late goal for Sheffield United here to beat Borough at the Riverside, something that we have not done in a long time. 27 years, I think it's been said that it was, or 25 years, something like that. And it looks like Kadra will be coming in probably on the change of possession, I want to say. Maybe right now, I'm not 100% certain, but Borough have a throw down the right-hand side. Kadra is going and sitting now, so maybe we are not going to be making that change.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know what heck he's seen there, but he sat him down again. Fleck, ball over the top, looking for McBurney, not there. And McBurney's just kind of clattered into McNair there. And it is a free kick to Borough. Charlie, don't you put that evil on us, Charlie. I'm showing your comment just so, to jinx it. Borough down the right-hand side. It's with McGree, and Maxlow puts it out for a throw-in. Quickly taken to Jones. Maxlow on it. And
nice job winning it there.
Yep, booted out there by Howson. And it'll be Sheffield United's throw-in down the left-hand side. We are in the last minute of regular time here. Just about to see how much stoppage. Likely 5 or 6 minutes, I think. What's your assessment?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple folks down different times. But yeah, it's
7 minutes. It's 7.
Yep. But yeah, kind of
a lot of opportunity
since
here.
This Borough goal, it's just like in the first half. We've really not looked threatening since then, after looking so good beforehand. And if this is what our responses are going to be this season, when we concede goals, that's not a good look. We have to be able to concede and then immediately say, no, we deserve, whatever points we want to get. We need to go get a goal in response, instead of kind of just shutting down mentally. Because we respond to our own goals really well. We keep the pressure on. We look good. It's when we concede that we've looked our worst so far in the first couple games this season.
Yep. A yellow card has been issued to John Fleck for kind of a rash challenge there on McNair.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, probably fair. Ball with Borough down the right-hand side. It's been put out for a throw-in for Borough. They're looking to quickly take it. You can tell that they're, they've got eyes for goal. They want to try to get a winner here. And we're just defending. Low with a good tackle. Properly boots it downfield. Looking for Brewster, but whoa. And some afters there from Brewster. Yikes. Things starting to heat up a little bit here as we get into stoppage time.
Yeah, Brewster was pushed a little bit as they were running to the sideline there. Ball had already been out of play, and so I think he took a little exception to that. Gave him a little shove back, but ref staying calm and not giving any cards out there needlessly.
Ball's with Norrington Davies now down the left-hand side. Tries to dink one over the top, but I believe Brewster would have been offside there. And it's with Zach Steffen. I have to tell you, these home kits for Borough are awful. Do not like them at all.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the big, white, solid stripe across. That's not a look I enjoy.
Yeah. Ball has been changing possessions quite a bit as we're just booting it down the field looking for the head of McBurney. He's not winning the headers. Norwood now on the ball. Tries to dink it over the top for Brewster. Brewster looked like he was fouled there, but still managed to get a toe to the ball. But he's passed it back for looks like Wes has got on it. They were looking for Watmore right there.
That's it. When Brewster got brought down there, just from the quick angle, it looked like there was a swinging arm that like knocked him out, and yet he was still able to flick the ball with his toe, like you said.
Yep.
So I'm guessing whatever kind of injury brought him down initially, he's kind of worked that off.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't think Cadra's coming on in this one. That we kind of missed the opportunity to make that substitution.
Agreed.
At this point.
The ball with Bedgay now. He's tackled. McGree on it now. Ball one back, and Norwood forward for Brewster. To Bedgay. To Norwood. Back to Bedgay. And we're just going to try to hold on to the ball here, I think. I think we might want to escape with a point here. We'll see. Norwood on the ball. Norwood pings one, but to nobody in particular. And McGree on it now, I believe.
That's it. If we could have worked that up to a corner, that would have been a good opportunity there.
Great last-ditch sliding tackle by Egan in the box, as Giles, I think, would have been in there.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff from Egan there. You know, time of the game where you need to make every tackle count. Ahmed Hadzic, probably the first time he's been beat all game. Watmore able to put it through his legs and get the ball on there to Giles.
A corner to Borough now. From the left-hand side, from a Borough perspective. It comes in. And Wes tips it over. Oh, my goodness. The header came in. It was headed down. And very, very dangerous chance. And, yeah, wow.
It almost looked like it came off of Egan there a little bit. But, yeah, still, Wes doing a good job. But another corner for Borough. And Akpom down. Maybe they want this to be the last kick of the game. I don't know. Like, not really the time to go down when your team has the corner.
We played almost 6 minutes of stoppage time at this point, but we are going to have to deal with at least one more corner here.
Yep.
We might get a little bit more time tacked on here at the end. What's been your overall impression here, Robert? I mean, you take a point.
Yeah, you take the point. You know, we said it at the beginning of the game. I predicted the 2-1. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen. But away against another promotion contender, you got to say a point this early in the season is good. Yeah. We don't want to be, losing, giving away all 3 points. And with as poor as Borough started, we need to, kind of keep piling it on, at least prevent them from getting wins, and kind of leapfrogging us in the table. So I'll take the point. We'll be on. Would that be 4 points at this point?
4 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Said point a lot, but you take it. Any points you can get.
Yep. Matthew Hoppy just came on, another American for Borough. He's got that bleached blonde hair. Corner comes in. Oh, and United have dealt with it here. Bedgay on it. Bedgay boots it downfield looking for Brewster. And Stefan has dealt with that. But we've given the ball away here. And here come Borough again down the right-hand side. Ball touched around the corner, but looks like Wes is going to get to that. And we are now past the 7 minutes, so it is at the referee's discretion at this point how much time is played further. Wes is saying, everybody get downfield. I'm going to properly boot this. And a long ball from Wes. And that is full time. Blades 2, Borough 2. And yeah, you take the point.
Yeah. The game was there for us to take all 3 points. I think, not getting the goal early on in the first half where that was called offside, not getting the penalty. Again, it would have been a soft penalty call in the first half, but still one that could have gone our way. And then their goal, it feels a little sour because we had that lead, 2 different times in this match. But in the end, I think a 2-2 is a respectable result for the Blades. Getting a point on the road. It's Middlesbrough. They're a good team. They've just, started off a little slow. So at the end of the season, I think we're going to look back and say this was a point well deserved, and one that should be good for us in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, you don't like to see when you draw after being up and they've come back and drawn level. It's more frustrating, obviously, than when you score to draw 1-1 or to draw period.
Right.
But yeah, we probably should have had 3 goals in this game. Obviously, that one own goal, the first own goal before the second own goal, was called off, and very, very frustrating. But yeah, at least we didn't lose to Wilder. And yeah, you take the point and you move on. Robert, I want to get your perspective on who you thought was man of the match for Sheffield United in this game.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'd have to say it could be a good shout for Iliman Njai. Worked the ball that ended up being the second goal, the own goal. Berga did a really nice job getting the first goal, but I think he got a little quiet later on in the game. It's kind of hard. We had a very, very solid performance all around, I think. And if Brewster had gotten a goal, I think his second half alone was man of the match worthy, but just not being able to get a goal there. I thought his effort coming on at halftime was really, really good. It's hard for me to say. I don't know who to really give it to.
Good shout. It's a good shout for Norwood. I thought Norwood had a very good game, just absolutely pinging balls everywhere. And I was very happy. A very Norwood-like performance. I think at some point I would like to see Tommy Doyle come in and play in, that center mid 2 with Ollie Norwood and just kind of see how they interact.
Yeah, that would be a good combination if you can get 2 folks who have a good pass in them that can really find the open man when you're making runs down either side. I think that does lend itself to some extra creativity from the back as you're building up play. And, getting Kadra on, getting McAtee into the side, I think will allow us other types of dynamic play in the future, and definitely something that I'm looking forward to later in the season. Right now, obviously, folks might, rightly so, be frustrated that we're going with the likes of Sharp and McBurney and Norwood and Fleck. But at the same time, these guys know the system. They know how to play the way that we want to play as Sheffield United. And until our new players, our young players, can get embedded into that fully, I think it's the safe play. And as we saw today, a safe 1 point on the road. But definitely looking more and excited for our other players in the future.
Here's the thing. I don't think we've thrown this game away, as Michael has said here. I think both of their goals were well worked. And, we had a couple of defensive lapses, not covering Akbom was our downfall. And that was such, they're replaying that save from Stefan on Rian Brewster there. And at full extension, what a save that was. Probably should have scored there, unfortunately for Brewster. But yeah, he looked up for it. In my humble opinion, against Sunderland come midweek, he starts for me. So we'll see what happens. And that is our next game. And, another big game coming up against recently promoted Sunderland, who so far are unbeaten in this season and have done pretty well for themselves. But I will take the first three games, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, especially the way we won, the fashion by which we won against Millwall. You take that, not the greatest start, obviously. I would have been happy with 9 points from 3 games, much happier, obviously. But at this point, 4 points from 3 games, in the grand scheme of things, not terrible. And it's very young in the season. So anyway, do you have any final thoughts before we sign off here?
Yeah, it's a long season, and I think everybody, can be frustrated with individual performances here and there. Defense, left side, maybe today is the worst part, but at the same time, we've got a lot of time to fix this. Things can go right later on in the season, and as we saw last year, a poor start means nothing. Any team can kind of come back into playoff contention, promotion contention, and we're right there. We're still in the good spot, and I'm not worried. So
yeah. I mean, look, we got to have a good couple of games in our next 2. We've got, like I said, Sunderland and then Blackburn Rovers, who are just absolutely on fire right now. They're beating West Bromwich Albion right now 1-0. I think that game is in the second half. I'm not 100% certain, but they're absolutely on fire right now. So we're definitely going to have to play. They're a tough side. They're a really, really tough side right now. So anyway, there will probably be a review by Nick of this game. So please look out for that coming later today. In the meantime, I hope all of you have enjoyed the stream. We just want to thank you so much for coming on and watching along with us. Really appreciate all of you. So for Robert, my name is Noah Snyder. Robert, really quickly, where can the people follow you on social media?
Yeah, at Captain Kosa on Twitter. Don't post much on Instagram, but same thing there. Always posting about random sports stuff. So even if you're wanting to follow other American sports, good stuff there usually.
And you can follow me, Noah Snyder, at Sunpuck on Instagram and at Nestman930 on Twitter. Please go ahead and give the Red Half of Sheffield, that's the podcast that I do with Chad Jarvis, a listen. And again, we really appreciate y'all coming out and watching the watch along with us. So have a good one and enjoy the rest of your day.